Yo, what's happening, man? It's your big brother back with another Papa Duck, man. And listen, this is gonna be another very important video. You can add this one to your arsenal. Before I start, this video is sponsored by Ubuntu Apparel.com. Go to the website, grab you some gear. All the information gonna be in the description. And also, we're back doing promo. So if you want to promote your business, your YouTube channel, anything you got going on this channel, on these videos, go to papaduckpromo@gmail.com. Send us an email and we can get it going. Now, when the world does something to you so influential and so consistently, you start doing it to yourself. This is very important. I'm gonna show you why. You ever see other people come from other countries and eventually they convert from where they come from to where they're at? Meaning they start being what Haitian people call Americanized. They start doing shit that Americans do. Because when the world does something so influential and so consistently, you start to do it to yourself. When women see other women wearing makeup, they think that's what need to be done. Or we need a BBL, men like women with fat asses, and that's what they start to do. Who's telling you this? When racist people be home and they speak however they speak about other races, don't you know that your grandson is listening? Your daughter is listening. People around you is listening, and they start to pick up on that shit. Then you start interacting with other races, and you build this character of what this person is and ain't. Never met them a day in your life, but somehow you know how they operate. Who told you that? Never met them a day in your life. Again, when the world does something to you so influential and so consistently, you start to do it to yourself. This is how you control millions of people. The question is not what you're doing, but who's telling you to do it. Then you start to become what they call a collaborator. You start to align with these same things. And again, when people see you do stuff, they start to mimic it because we are creatures of habit. So now you're helping the powers that be create that same narrative around the people that you're with. This is why the environment you're in has a lot to do with your decision making. When you leave from one country environment, you come over here to America, to another country environment, you start to pick up on those things that's placed in that environment, but who's placing them in that environment? I'm showing y'all how you can control people, and people do shit that they don't even know they're doing or why they're doing it. Because again, when the world does something so influential and so consistently, you start doing it to yourself. And this is how you control millions of people. If you think about what I'm saying and just pay attention to some of the stuff you think, some of the stuff that you believe, you know what I'm saying? You have to ask yourself, why do I believe this shit? Why am I doing this? Who told me to do this? And this is why people will never come to the realization of no one's controlling me. Ain't nobody controlling me. I'm doing whatever I want to do. No, you're doing what you see other people do. Again, when it comes to government, if you had a complaint with your president, who do you call? Ghostbusters? It ain't funny, but who do you call? The very people that's governing your life. I mean, very important factors of your life. You can't even get in contact with them. The very people that's placing stuff around us through radio, through television, through social media. Who's telling these people to do this? Who's giving them the permission to do this? Because this is what we're mimicking. Again, when the world does something so influential and so consistently, you start doing it to yourself. This is how they teach us to self-destruct. And we participate in it, collaborate in it, and don't even know it. Ask yourself, why do I want a BBL? Did your mama tell you to get one? Did your daddy tell you to get one? Who told you that getting a BBL is what it is? Now, I'm not against it. Just trying to tell who told you this. And if you be honest to yourself, we speaking about social norms. This is when society tells you that's cool, that ain't cool. Society tells you that. So you're being governed by the things that is placed in society by the higher ups. Then you start to collaborate with it, and you start to align with it, and then you start to help them push that narrative. Because now you're telling your homegirls, I want a BBL. Now you're telling your homegirls, I think my butt need to be this and that. But who told you that? I'm trying to get you to see that if you don't think for yourself, they're going to think for you. Everything that you think comes from them. You may not want to agree with it, but as I'm telling you, who told you to do these things? Who said it was okay to do these things? We are creatures of habit. We mimic what we see. This is how children learn. You don't tell them what to do. They see what the hell you do. That's why they say you raise a child. But you can only raise a child to where you're at in life. You can't teach a person something that you don't know. You can only raise them to a certain point, and that'll be based off what you know and don't know. What I'm telling you is when the world does something so influential and so consistently, you start doing it to yourself. You in a prison, bro, and you don't even know who put you here. This is the purpose of government. That's why I say if you got a problem with anything going on, your president, your governor, anything you don't agree with, you don't even know who to contact, who to call. This is by design. You've been whipped on you. You've been told what to do, and you've been put on an invisible leash. And you know how that happened? This comes back from the Willie Lynch letter. He taught them how to control people without having to sit over them every day. What make you go to work every day? They put a gun to your head and make you go to work? Why do you do the things you do? This is how you control millions of people. And I'm trying to get you to see this. How effective this shit is. How much of your life has been taken up by what somebody else said or told you to do, or the things you see other people do because they told them to do it. And again, you become a part of the herd. And when you become a part of the herd, like I tell you, anytime you stop what you're doing to be a part of a herd, you forfeit your personal beliefs. That is damn near equivalent to a coward. No disrespect. My mother-in-law want her son-in-law to go to church. Her daughter-in-law, you ain't with nobody who go to church, then they ain't worth having. But what if you don't want to go? You know how many people do things based off what other people think? You should never in your life give no one that type of power over you. Whatever you feel they think and how they feel or whatever the case may be dictates what you do and don't do. You're giving them too much power over you. But like I say, man, when the world shows you something so influential, so consistently, you start doing it to yourself. This gonna go over a lot of people's heads, but I promise you, a lot of people gonna understand now. Why am I doing this? Why do I like this? And I just gave y'all so many examples. When other people leave other countries and come over here, they start doing the shit people over here do. You know, they want to be hip. They want to do this. They want to eat that. Then they become immune to that. When you see other people in other countries eat certain dishes, you say, how y'all eat that? Because they're immune to it. They come over here and say, how y'all eat that? Because we're immune to it. But if you sit in them environments long enough, the things that's happening in the environment that you start to pick up on, you start to do it to yourself. This is how you gotta think, bro. If you wanna find out the problem of people from a root aspect, has nothing to do with finances, it's just basic psychology on how people work, how the brain work, putting people in different environments and seeing what they do and they don't do. They already know what happens to people when they put them in jail. I done done videos on that a million times. They already know how to chemically imbalance your brain. By why you think when you go to jail they put up these blocks? You think those blocks are just there for nothing? You think the schools and prisons are so similar for nothing when it comes to the school bus, the bills, the way that it's built, the infrastructure? Come on, man. All I'm saying is this. These motherfucking people has been controlling us like this for so freaking long, bro. We talking from the Roman days, bro. I'm talking about even, and it's been the simplest things like this, creating a society or an environment or a matrix and changing the rules within that matrix. Because then in that environment, man can control what is and what ain't. And this is how you know the very people you're worshiping, it ain't got nothing to do with God. These are the people that are allowing you to build churches because you can't build them yourself. You got to get permission. Boy, this rabbit hole goes so deep. I promise you, boy, a lot of y'all ain't ready for it. And I'm just telling you, bro, the same shit finna trickle down to our children, bro. And that's crazy, man. Once again, when you're living in a world that is doing something to you that's so influential, so consistently, you start doing it to yourself. And this is how you're being taught to self-destruct. This is how you're being taught to carry out these things that the world is telling you to do, which makes you a partner of the people that's doing this shit in the first place, because you start to spread it too. And if you never thought about what I just said, like people don't think. They ain't thinking. They could put on social media, man, put on all black women. All we want to do is put on there what women showing their ass. Why you think women all of a sudden, every picture on social media, they showing their ass? Who told them to do that? I don't blame you. I don't blame them. Because if I could point out the victim, I could then so point out the oppressor, the one who putting all this shit for us to be doing in the first place. They being controlled and doing shit and they don't even know why. They don't know why, bro. But now they do. Listen, man, it's your boy Papa Duck, man. You know, I love y'all, man. And I just be trying to get y'all to think, bro. That's it. So with that being said, man, like I tell you all the time, man, in order for you to be found, you must first be lost. Peace.